In the lifespan of the original Xbox, only 3 games, well, technically 4, but I'll explain that one later, were released that utilized a light gun, and funny enough, I reviewed 2 of them way back in Season 1 of this show, Silent Scope Complete and Starsky and Hutch. So it's only fitting that I complete this Xbox light gun trilogy with the 3rd installment of one of Sega's most beloved arcade franchises, The House of the Dead 3. House of the Dead 3 takes place in the year 2019, 21 years after the first game, and is chronologically speaking the end of this series. You and a friend, if you have one around, play as series regular G and newcomer Lisa Rogan, daughter of other main hero Thomas Rogan, who have arrived at the EFI facility run by Roy Kurian, son of the main villain in the first House of the Dead, searching for Rogan, who was last seen here leading a military team to investigate the area, looking for a reason why the world has become a haven for the undead. They soon discover that the facility is overrun with zombies and other mutated creatures and must fight their way through to discover the horrifying truth. As far as light gun shooters go, the story isn't going to keep you on the edge of your seat, but it's a little better than the previous 2 games. I admit that I kind of like the theme of the kids of Rogan and Kurian meeting up, kind of like children fixing the mess that their parents made. But when all's said and done, you're not playing a House of the Dead game for its story. You're here to kill some damn zombies.
All right. I leave everything in your hands. Remember, Lisa, believe in yourself, no matter what happens.
Believe in yourself. Lisa, I think I finally understand what that really means now.
As stated earlier, House of the Dead 3 is an arcade-style on-rail shooter where you go from stage to stage, shooting various undead and mutated creatures, until you reach the stage's boss and take them out. Some of the series staples return, like score rankings at the end of a stage, branching paths, and multiple endings, but there are a few pleasant changes as well. First off, you now carry a shotgun instead of a handgun as your default weapon, giving you a wider blast range. Plus, there's an automatic reload, meaning you no longer need to shoot off-screen. Since there are no civilians to save, you instead come across rescue events, where you have to save your partner from an enemy attack, netting you extra lives and bonus points if you succeed. Lastly, when you fight a boss, you have to drain their cancel bar before they land an attack in order to hit them and not get hit yourself. Okay, that last thing isn't that pleasant. Along with story mode is time attack mode, where you have to kill enemies to keep the clock going, similar to Time Crisis. However, you unlock the coolest feature when you beat story mode, and no, I'm not talking about a trailer for that abomination Uwe Boll called a film. You unlock House of the Dead 2, the 4th game I mentioned at the beginning, complete with a cool loading minigame when you switch between 3 and 2. You enter an elevator, and when the door opens to different areas from Part 2, enemies come out for you to shoot, rewarding you with items to use in House of the Dead 2. For the most part, House of the Dead 2 is the Dreamcast version, complete with all the modes, graphics, and oh, that voiceover goodness.
Dogs of the AMS. Time they made a move.
How could anyone do this? Jane. Amy, Harry, the chaos of the city is increasing.
Well, it's about that. It seems like Goldman.
Wait, we'll talk later. Is this the Colosseum?
People of the AMS, I am Goldman. I don't care if you people try to get in my way or not. In time, you'll find out who's right.
Now you probably noticed that I've used a controller for this review just like the other games, and of course it's because I don't own a light gun or a CRT TV. But don't let that scare you away, as playing House of the Dead 3 with a controller is still enjoyable. Of course, if you do have a light gun and TV to go with it, or have the means to get them, I would go with that, as that is the preferred option. Visually, House of the Dead 3 looks pretty good, even for today. The stages range from apocalyptic, decaying, and rotten to crazy sci-fi looking labs that you'd see in, well, the Sci-Fi Channel movie. Or is it Sci-Fi? I still don't get that name. Meanwhile, the monstrous creatures have that disgustingly great design that the series is known for. Oh, and the humans look pretty good too. Audio-wise, the music is dark, yet still has that upbeat style that you would hear in the other games. And voiceover? Well, it's not as hilariously bad like Part 2 was, with the characters giving slightly more believable performances. In movie terms, if House of the Dead 2 is Troll 2, then House of the Dead 3 is Friday the 13th. Any of them.
I managed to hack the program. That should give us the opening we need.
I just wanted to ask, are you sure you want to fight your own father?
The future belongs to the people who are alive here and now. I'm prepared to live the rest of my life bearing the burden of my father's crime.
Okay, we just gotta believe in ourselves.
I shall destroy everything and resurrect everything.
So that's House of the Dead 3, and my stance on this game is all about one thing: commitment. If you have the TV and light gun, or have the means to get it, it's totally collection worthy, right there next to Silent Scope Complete and Starsky and Hutch. However, if you don't feel like messing with all of that and the controller just isn't going to do it for you, you can play it on the Wii as House of the Dead 2 and 3 Return, or download it off the PS3's network, complete with Move functionality. Now, just because I'm giving those options doesn't mean that I'm bad-mouthing this version, as it's actually my favorite one. Again, it's all about commitment. And with that, I have now officially reviewed all the light gun games on the Xbox. That's kind of sad, but you know what? It's better than nothing at all. So with that, this is the Dolly Popka telling you to always stay green. See you next time.